And I'm sorry this video didn't go the way expected. I got a bit flustered as soon as I noticed that rot, and when I get flustered, I'm done for. The brain doesn't work anymore. I can't think of all the side things to do, so bear with me. Today we're going to be doing a quick repot video on this Pachypodium cactipes. And what we'll do, we've got these side branches that we're going to be removing, so we'll show you how to propagate from those so you have more of these wonderful babies with their incredible yellow flowers. Welcome to the Nature Company. If this is the kind of information you're interested in, please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and that notification bell to be notified of all our upcoming videos so you don't miss out on a thing. This is just going to be a quick video, nice and easy one. Be careful, they do have these really sharp little thorns, but my hands are battle hardened. So we'll just get straight to it. We just squeeze the pot a bit to loosen up the soil so we can just pull that pot straight off. And we can see there's the media, just a nice well-drained sand. What I'm going to be doing is putting it into a nice terracotta pot that's broader than it is deep. This way it can dry out relatively quickly. What we're going to do is take our sanitizer and sanitize these sharp-nosed secateurs. The reason we want the sharp-nosed secateurs is because we really want to get in really close into the plant. Here we notice a little bit of what looks like possibly could be rot, so that's a good idea to just take that off first. Okay. Now that I feel like this has all gone squishy, so I'm just going to tear these two apart. It does. This has gone really soft and squishy here, so this is rotten around the base. So it was a good idea we did this today. Let's cut that right off down there. Yeah, see, all gone rotten. So this part is all still completely safe. What I'm going to do immediately is treat that with cinnamon. We don't want that rot that's in this part to set through. I'm going to remove this lower shoot here. Okay, we can see there's the rot setting in there and there. The rest of that's all fine. So just treating every open wound with that cinnamon immediately. Then we'll cut to where this has started to get firm again. We can see it's slightly greener. This is a slightly sort of brownish grey, and there we can see it's starting to get a bit greener, so we'll cut it through there. You can still see a bit of bruising there, so we'll cut again a bit higher again. There we go. We've got a nice fresh green, and with this section I'm immediately going to treat with a very low dosage hormone powder. It's number 1. This is going to ensure that it can get a good set of roots quickly. And then I'm still going to take my cinnamon and powder that on top. There we go, just to be doubly sure that this will be okay. This I'm now going to leave out to dry for a couple of days, just so that that sets in nicely and the rot doesn't set in any further. We'll feel for the squishy parts and where it's gone solid. We go where the solid part is. Just take our secateurs and cut through. Nice and green and not all brown and squishy like that. Now for this, because it's too big for our secateurs to fit around and we don't want to cause too much damage, we're going to take a nice sharp knife, feel for where it's firm, and just slide that knife straight through. The rooting hormone is going to help seal off the wound as well to help stop infection. So the sad story is this turned into a rescue as opposed to just a repotting, and now we're going to repot this other section that's still fine. We're going to use our trusty coarse grade river sand. So we're going to use 3 parts coarse grade river sand and 1 part potting media. I'll also take gravel stones, put them at the base of the pot. This is approximately 1/4 at the bottom that we filled with this gravel stone to allow for that excellent drainage. Then we'll just fill in with some of that river sand mix. And I'm using a completely dry mix here. I'm not allowing for this river sand or for the potting media to be damp at all. So it's going to give my plants a chance to dry out and reacclimatize and set new roots. It's got so much stored energy in these stems that that little bit of drying is actually going to be good for it and help it set roots faster. And then any further filling I can do, I can just use just plain river sand. And there we go. Repotting is as simple as that. They really are so hardy that it's not even going to notice that it was repotted, and it will barely even notice that it had that other section removed off from it. And then we'll just go put that out in the full sun. These sections are going to leave out to dry for several days, and then we'll get back to repotting them. I don't want to repot this immediately. Even with everything that I've put on to prevent infection, it can still happen, especially with how succulent these are and how much moisture is inside the stem. We don't want anything to get in there. So we'll just leave these now for 2 to 3 days and come back, have a look at them and see how much callousing has taken place and see if we can repot them. These again, I'm going to repotting in a plain river sand mix because I want them to root first before I put them in anything else. And watering is going to be kept to a complete minimum so these can heal over nicely. And with this pot, I'm also going to be covering in pebbles over the top, but I don't want to do that until I've made sure this is settled in well. I want to make sure that there's none of that rot that's going to set back into this. I want to make sure that the roots are set in nicely, and I don't want to have to come in later and remove those pebbles to check to see what's going on. So let's get this settled first, and then we can make it look pretty. And I'm sorry this video didn't go the way I expected. I got a bit flustered as soon as I noticed that rot, and when I get flustered I'm done for. The brain doesn't work anymore. I can't think of all the side things to do, so bear with me. And I hope you find some value out of this video. If you did, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and that notification bell, bing bong, to be notified of all our upcoming videos so you don't miss out on a thing.